Hi, Neopians, my sweet little capitalists. It's time for the next restocking video. So I have been talking to a lot of you recently, a lot of brand new restockers, and the thing I'm hearing most is that you're either too timid to buy items because you don't want to fail, or you missed a good item because you were trying to check for the price before you bought it. So we're gonna play a little game. I've made a bait bingo card for us, and I'm gonna tell you, getting baited by an item you think is gonna be profitable but turns out to be garbage is just all part of the experience. It's something I still do constantly, but I promise you in the end it'll all be worth it. I'm gonna upload the bingo card on Sweet's pet page. That's the one that has all of my image guides for restocking. So I'm gonna put the bingo card on her pet page. She's actually the Candy Norbu, however you say it, that you can see in the shot right now. I'll put it on her pet page, and you can go get the bingo card and play and show off your restocking fails to all of your Neo friends. I'm currently in the process of trying to get comfortable in two new shops for my rotation. Those shops are the bakery and the post office. The post office is particularly terrifying, and trust me, I'm constantly getting baited in there. But once we get the hang of things and learn from our mistakes, Stamps will be Profit City. So join me if you feel like being brave. I filmed about 30-ish minutes of a restocking session today, and that's what's going to be playing here. Two of these shops are my old reliables. I have Fresh Foods and Toy. I don't really get baited here too often anymore, but the other two, Bakery and Stamps, are new additions to my rotation, so you're gonna see a few fails here happen in this video. Obviously, I'm not posting the entire 30 minutes. We're gonna cut it down to the parts where I actually buy something, and we're gonna talk about each item I bought in this half-hour session. All in all, without any price checking to optimize the speed, I bought 9 items. 5 of those I will be able to sell for a profit, and 4 were bait. Honestly, this is just the way it's going to be in a new shop. That's why I keep 2 of my normal shops open, so that I can make sure I'm not just losing Neo points left and right. On top of that, even if I do get baited in stamps, I need a lot of these stamps for my personal stamp album. So even if I'm not making profit, a lot of times I can just get a new stamp to throw into my album so I don't get too sad. I would say that knowing that I was doing this session specifically to play bingo made me feel really brave. And I was going for items I may have been too skittish to grab otherwise. So I suggest you take that mentality in the shops with you when you play bingo during your next stocking session. And look, if you don't feel like playing bingo with your grandpa, that is totally cool too. I just want to get you in the mindset of diving after those purchases so you can feel that rush of sweet, sweet profit, bingo or otherwise. Okay, so the clips that were playing during my yapping in the first part of that video, I managed to grab 1 of 2 negs that I went for. We don't need to talk about that. We know that negs are profit. I kind of buy up negs and things on the side while I'm learning new shops because that always keeps me consistently in the green. So that's what you saw me doing in the beginning. But let's get into the first items that I actually restock. The first item I go for that I wasn't sure about was the Harfell mince pie in bakery. But you see, I cheated. I actually went to the shop wizard and checked the price before I bought it. Okay, that's not cheating, but it takes away from the spontaneity of the whole bingo thing. So this item, because bakery is a little bit slower of a shop, I had time to look up the price, see that it was profit, and buy it. That's not gonna happen all the time. The next item I go for is also in bakery. This time I don't look up the price, I just go for it. And it's the jam covered popover. I bought this item for 1,888 Neo points, and it is only worth 1,700 on the shop wizard. So this is our first bait of the day. It is going on the bait bingo card. I'm gonna put it in the first edible bait slot. The next item I pick up during this session is a stamp. So the first stamp I got today was the Christmas Mirka stamp. The Christmas Mirka stamp only sells for 2,300 on Shop Wizard, so this is another piece of bait for us. I am going to put this one in the collectible bait slot. Honestly, I have no strategy in Stamp right now. The items go so quickly that I tend to just click on the first one that catches my eye and hope for the best. Because even if it's not worth much, I can usually put it in my album. I've gotten a lot of stamps for my album this way over the past couple days. Highly recommend. The next item we pick up is back over in the bakery. So what you'll see is, first I miss a stamp that I go for due to lag. Unfortunately, sometimes things are out of our control. I haggle lightning fast, click on that pet, and still I'm just stuck on the haggle screen for 10 years. This happens, okay? Lag is a thing. This website is old. So while I'm waiting for that haggle screen to go through and tell me that the item is sold out, I keep refreshing on my other tabs. If you remember from my previous restocking video, this is one of the main reasons I like to set up my screen this way, to have all my shops visible. Because if one of your shops is lagging, you can still continue your refresh pattern on your other shops. So I keep going, keep refreshing, and that's when I pick up my next item in the bakery. So I buy the Pet Mints for $1,200 and they sell on the Shop Wizard for about $1,600. When I was deciding whether things are bait or not bait, I called this bait. This is one of my 4 bait items on my list. But now, you know what? I'm going back on that. I'm gonna say we only got 3 bait items this session. Because profit is profit. I'm being too hard on myself. Even if the profit is only 300 Neopoints, you know what? It counts. It counts in my book. So the Pet Mints are not going on the bingo card. And I want to say something here before I forget. Every single item we talk about in this video, you'll notice are really inexpensive items. I'm picking up items here that are 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Neopoints, okay? I'm trying to live my best life from the perspective of a new restocker. Most of the time, if I'm restocking, I'm going for bigger ticket items, but right now I'm just trying to cast a wide net and get those small profits, because I think that's what's gonna get a new restocker started, build up that confidence so they can go for the really high rarity items as their account ages. Because if you don't know, for the first 3 months your account is open, you can't even see high rarity items. The rarity that you're able to access is gradually unlocked as your account ages up to 3 months. Okay, we are at the second to last item that I'm gonna cover from this restocking session for our game of bingo. I get from Fresh Foods. Fresh Foods is usually my comfort zone, and here I almost got baited. So I bought the iced berry water. After the refresh, I was looking around and I didn't really see anything, but I thought, oh, let's go for the iced berry water. That could be a kitchen quest item. Those are always a good pickup. The haggle screen lagged for 10 years, as it always does, which should have been my sign that I didn't really need the item. But I waited, and I bought the item for, I want to say, about 1,400 Neopoints. This item sells on the Shop Wizard right now for 2,100 Neopoints. So again, this was an item that I was on the fence about. Is it bait? Is it not bait? But you know what? As I'm recording this voiceover right now, as I'm sitting down right now thinking about it in hindsight, it's not bait. 500 Neopoints profit is still profit, and 11-year-old me would be very proud of myself right now for scoring that item. But I will put it on the bingo card as almost bait. Now, the last item on the list is the one that hurt the most. This, without question, was bait. So I'm in bakery, scanning the items, nothing's familiar to me yet, and I see the chocolate elefante ear. It's 13K, that's expensive for bakery. I'm thinking this has gotta be a rare item. I pick it up, feel really proud of myself. Turns out that item is only worth 8,700 Neopoints on the Shop Wizard. So almost half? That was a big bait. That one hurt a lot. And that's gonna be our bingo for the evening. I'm gonna put this one could have qualified in a couple categories. I would call this expensive bait, but I'm gonna put it in the edible number 2 to get us that 5 in a row bingo. So yes, it made me sad, and yes, I did lose Neopoints, but I also won the game that I made up. See, making things up is fun. That is gonna do it for me, kiddos. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos, another one of my restocking guides. I've been going live once a week for about 2 or 3 hours to do a little restocking here on YouTube, so try to catch me live if you're around. And thank you again. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye!